All right, hello. This is another episode of the Mental Threads podcast. Just like from the last episode, I was interviewing some other person. This is one of my friends from college, Brandon Reyes. If you'd like to say something.
What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing?
If you remember Brandon from the last episode, it was kind of hopped in a little bit in the middle there because we got a little bit of a little scheduling situation going on. He got on. I forgot to let him know that was in the middle of another podcast episode, but that's just it was all over the place. Nothing too
No
bad.
worries.
No worries at all. But yeah, this is the 110th episode of the Mental Threads podcast and everything. I know Brandon from North Carolina Central University. And what year did you graduate?
I graduated in December of 2018.
Really?
Yeah,
Dang,
it's been that long.
long ago? Oh, wow. I remember you were there my freshman year, and I'm like, oh, wait, hold up. It has been a minute. Dang, I always
Yeah,
thought
it has
you.
been.
This is crazy, man. So you were there since 2014, and then you graduated 2018, basically.
No, so I actually graduated. So let me try to simplify stuff. So, long story short, I went to an early college in my hometown.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of graduating in 4 years, you graduate in 5. So I stayed on an extra year to get some more college credits, and I graduated high school in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
And then I enrolled in Central fall of 2015. But since I already had college credits and stuff, I graduated earlier.
Okay, that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that and everything. I know I started at a community college, and then that first community college didn't work too well and everything. So then I had to transfer to a different community college, and where I was doing way better. And then I transferred to North Carolina Central University. I think in 2018, I graduated high school 2016. So it was a whole me trying to get my life together in between that time and everything. So it's like, yeah, everyone's journey is different, to be honest. I'm just glad
Sure,
it led me
I absolutely agree with
I'm just
that.
glad it led me to Central and everything. It's like, what led you to go to North Carolina Central University?
I'm going to be honest, because this is no filter. This is no educational bullshit. Okay,
It's
so
all right.
it was the closest to my kinfolk, and I didn't have to go super far out.
Okay,
That's it,
that's all
brother.
right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so I actually got accepted to several other colleges. I got accepted into ECU. I
Mm,
got accepted into. It's funny because one of my brothers actually ended up going there. But I got accepted into Barton University,
mm.
Fayetteville State University, North Carolina A&T. The funny story about A&T is I sent them a messed up essay with like errors that were clearly obvious,
Mm-hmm.
and they still accepted me anyway. I'm like, okay, wow.
Oh yeah, man.
I was like, I'm not. And then also, I think the final nail in the coffin was that my brother already went there. My older brother, he
Mm-hmm.
graduated the same year. He graduated like a semester after I came in. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, man. You know what's crazy about my brother in like this school and everything? We're actually going because my brother played football, so we're like scouting in different colleges and everything. And we were passing by and everything to Central. And when I first stepped foot at Central, I'm like, something about this school I just like. I don't know what it is, but I'm just drawn to it. Because my friend went to Central also. And I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I could just meet up with my friend here. We could just get the party and get to. He got kicked out before I even got there. And I'm like, dang, oh well, now I'm here by myself and everything. Actually, I was here with another friend, but he was only there for like a year. And then he just went on with his business. But it's just like I found this new place that not only was I drawn to spiritually, because I don't know, something
Mhm.
about Central, I'm like, I have to be at this school. I have to be here and everything. I'm like, I'm gonna just go here. Like, why not? Like, it's just go to the business school. I wasn't even thinking about going to school for business until like I went to Rowan and Cabarrus, and I'm like, okay, like I can go to take business classes here at Central and see what's up with it. And then I end up graduating around amongst the top of my class. Cool Friday, man. I'm just like, wow.
Oh,
Yeah, I
congratulations on
know.
that,
Like,
bro.
seriously, from struggling at first community college to being a C and D student throughout the most of my life, I thought college was gonna be more and more tough, but it was actually like the easiest. Everything like academic it was just cool because I had all the good resources. It was just a good support system, especially like when the Men's Achievement Center, which I know you're familiar with, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So the Men's Achievement Center, fun thing, I was actually introduced to it. So No, I'm not gonna make this a secret because I already talk about this very openly. I went to therapy when I was in college.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best things you could ever do. Shout out to Dr. Lundy, Dr. Ray Lundy.
Mm-hmm.
I think she may have left around the time you came in. I'm not entirely sure, but long story short, she was my therapist for when I first started. I actually went to go see her because I was in a crisis, missing home and all that shit.
That's,
You know how it is when it's your first year of college or whatever. So
yeah, I wasn't
basically,
missing home, but maybe everyone's. I was
and
like, no, I love being here.
I was missing home, but
I feel that.
yeah, because I didn't know what to do. But yeah, so basically, she introduced me to this guy named Stewart Johnson. Shout out to him too.
Shout out to Stewart, Black Charlie Brown. Ain't that his nickname? What?
I don't know. He introduced me to young dude from Queens, and he and I started having discussions, and it felt good to have another guy to talk to. That's how I knew about it. And then my brother knew Dr. Harvey Hinton, who is no longer there. And then I actually, so through that, I kind of fostered stuff and relationships and all that. And then the Men's Achievement Center had a work study assignment for me to do back in 2017. That's how I met Mr. Whittington.
Oh, Mr. Whittington, the light skin.
Kenyon.
Okay,
yeah. He and I still talk to this day. So yeah, and then after that, I kind of just got close to everybody. That was it. Regulars like July, Evan, both Evans. They're the light skinned Evan, and then there's the dark skinned one, the fashion dude. And he's a good dude, man. I like him. Shout out to him. If I ever see that nigga again, I gotta show that boy some love, man. Cause he a cool nigga.
And everybody in the Men's Achievement Center was cool, bro. If you were invested in the Men's Achievement Center, because some people show up there and get their stuff and then never show up again. But then everybody, if you were there consistently, everybody.
Oh no, man. I'll tell you this. Whenever I wasn't in the gym,
you're in the Men's Achievement Center
or in class, I was probably there.
Yeah, no, seriously. That was like one of my main places I would go. I know like sometimes the gamer room was all right and everything, and I was kind of social to a degree, but I was mostly social in the Men's Achievement Center.
I only went to the game room when I was like, oh, I'm gonna, I'm about to start sounding like a dick, man.
That's all right.
Get laid, bro.
That's all right. That's not being that's college.
I would talk to a chick, tell her we should go to the game room. And then since I lived in Baines at the time or whatever, or in Ruffin or whatever, well, I was in a relationship from 2016, 2017. But before that, I would try to get into the game room, get into the spot. You know what I'm saying? Handle business.
That's all right. Handle your business. You gotta do what you gotta do.
But yeah, other than that, I didn't really go in the game room much. And then also, or if I saw this certain dude that was playing Mortal Kombat, I forgot what his name is, but homie played Mortal Kombat, and
was it 9 or X?
X.
I love X.
Yeah, because X came out in 2015 when I first came in.
Yeah, that was a minute ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a minute ago. But
7 years ago. I remember when I first played that game, I'm like, wow. My main is Bo Raichao, Johnny Cage, and maybe sometimes Kung Lao and Liu Kang. But my main was Johnny Cage and Bo Raichao. Those are my two main.
My main characters were Scorpion and Kenshi.
Oh yeah, that's good. Actually, another main too was Sub-Zero. I used to play Sub-Zero like shit, bro. Like,
I was never good with Sub-Zero.
Well, Sub-Zero was like, I feel like it takes some time to warm up to Sub-Zero, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like Bo Raichao, I'm such a button mash character. I feel like Bo Raichao is just like, like that drunken style was just something I could just, I just
I agree.
It's kind of like Eddie Gordo and Tekken. Like it's just like that button mash character that just little spaz character was flashy.
I'll be honest. I don't really play Smash like that, so I don't know. I don't really even know how to play it. I'm gonna be honest. I know how it works. Like you get somebody to a certain percentage, and
then you just knock them out,
and then you keep beating the hell out of them until they're knocked out of the ring. And then once they're knocked out of the ring, they're summoned again until they run out of lives.
Yeah, so I wasn't much of a Smash Bro, but I like when they played and I would just watch. Sometimes you just like watching other people play. Like I'm at that age now. It's like when you grow up in the age where it's just like you can watch walkthroughs and everything on YouTube, other people playing video games, just watching other
Oh,
people play. It's like
oh,
it's
oh, oh, oh! That reminds me. I
yeah,
also, when we was in the men's season, I also love game night.
yeah,
We brought we brought all the card games, brought all
yeah,
the fucking game systems. That was
yeah.
hot.
Yeah,
That was hot, bro.
one thing I regret because I had Def Jam 5 in New York. I was trying to bring my PlayStation so we could also play like Def Jam 5 in New York with all the rappers and everything.
Oh, dude, who you telling? You said you and I. How old are you, bro?
I'm 24 right now.
Bro, you and I are practically the same age anyway, dude. Like, I grew
Yeah.
up on the same. I likely grew up on the same video games and shit. Like you, I played Def Jam Fight for New York. I'm 27, so like, yo, bro.
Yeah, I know, but it's like
I
actually
know
had
those
the
games.
game though. I had the game and I brought it to camp. I was trying to bring it to the men's achievement center, but I don't know if it got lost or in the bag or whatever. Because I know they got a whole bunch of games. I think I might have left it on
Oh,
staff.
bro, that sucks though, because like
It costs a lot
trying to
now,
find that game on a CD.
and now it's like $170 some dollars.
You paid $170 for that?
No, back when I got it, it was a little bit more cheaper, but now it's like 170.
Yeah, you could have sold that son bitch, made you a little nice buck or
I
something.
lost it, man. I swear, once I beat the game, it was like, I just okay. Well, I finished beating it, and it's just like I wanted to show other people. I didn't get a chance to share it. Like, I think it was like my sophomore year, where it's like I lost track of it.
All I'm saying is this, man. Fighting crow is like the hardest thing ever, bro.
No, fighting like Fat Joe's character was the hard
Oh
because
yeah,
he was a pedigree.
because you were in the beginning.
Yeah.
When you were in the beginning, you got it. It was easy, but like when you got to crow and you're all leveled up. Seriously, here's the thing: Fat Joe's easy when you leveled up and you got your upper body and lower body strength up, and then
Yeah.
your toughness up and all that. And then
Yeah.
that made it easy. Now the one thing that pissed me off is when you had the tag team with Method Man. This nigga is
And the dude was
stupid.
already
This
beat up
nigga,
and everything.
yeah, bro, he was already beat up too. And when the nigga died or when the nigga got knocked out or whatever, you feel me? He made it difficult for you because you were getting jumped by Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe.
Yeah, you had to protect Method Man a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And not just
You
that,
gotta hit him.
he would have his blazer on, right?
Yeah.
He had to use his damn special.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's just like, what was your fighting style? I usually went with street fighting. I don't know. Street fighting just balance
So
for me.
when I first did it, it was martial arts.
Oh, you did karate and everything?
Yeah, I did martial arts.
And karate was like more just for striking and everything, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. The submission one was a little bit crazy. 'Cause I know that was Ice-T's specialty, but it was just like, it's just
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know. Like it's
Oh
just I
yeah.
feel like you gotta be very, very on top of it to really like
Wait a minute.
master your style. But it's like street fighting just came easy to me.
Who had the cool? Let me ask you this though: who in your opinion had the coolest
Super
victory
move.
pose, like victory speech, like
Oh man,
me. I tell you what, the coolest victory speech for me was Ice-T. Ice-T would say,
it was
"You're nothing but a
disrespectful.
punk. Your daddy's a punk, and your mama's a bitch."
Yeah, the most disrespectful one. I think Flavor Flav's one was cool too to me. It was just like
Yeah. I
kicked
kicked
your
your
ass.
ass.
That was it's like in your main character, your created character is like, while you're down there, why don't you shine my shoes? It's just like, what was another one? Elephant Man was the one that I didn't know what the hell he was saying, bro. But I know the way it was like, get out to here, and I don't do autographs. And I'm just, Elephant Man, one of the Jamaican guys.
Yeah. One of the Jamaican dudes. Back in the day, I can understand patois a little bit now because one of my boys, Anton, shout out to him. He's from Guyana, and they speak patois there. And but it's not the same. But that's the thing. A lot of niggas get patois mixed up. Like Jamaican patois is not the same as
Guyanese
patois. You know what I'm saying? Because I hung around Jamaican niggas that spoke patois. Like when I was back in the day, when I was living in Raleigh, I still live in Raleigh now, God forbid. Okay. But yeah, back in the day when I was living in Raleigh, your boy, what happened is that he lived with his Jamaican dude, right? and he would speak patois to a kinfolk or whatever, right?
Mm.
And that was crazy. You feel me?
Oh, yeah, no, I feel that. It's like, and I'm Liberian. We have something called Kalikwa and everything. It's like a mixture of like how Bahama like slang would actually, or how people from the Bahamas would speak, because a lot of people from Bahamas would go to Liberia and live, and it was like a broken English mixed in, which is like like
Liberia is like America and Africa, ain't it?
To a
That's what they
T,
say,
yeah.
right?
Yeah. Basically, it was when they sent U.S. slaves back to Africa and they started their own colony there, essentially. So, like, our main language is English, basically, but we
Makes
also
sense.
got 16 tribes living in one country in Liberia. So it's just like we all got our own language and dialects and everything to a certain degree. So it's like, yeah, it's a whole lot of diversity, but it's like to that degree too, and like between the tribalism and everything, it's a whole lot of stuff. But if we had to go deeper onto like, kind of, you say you're Afro Latino and everything. I know, aren't you like Puerto Rican and stuff? Like, you want to go into detail about what's that
Yeah,
like?
so I only know a little bit of my ancestry based on the ancestry test I bought for my mother. I didn't buy one for myself, but I mean,
That's
my mother
cool.
and I pretty much look the same. I'm just I would look like her. Well, okay, I would look like she would be me.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, goodness gracious. Okay,
Is she like
here's what I
more
mean to say.
European like, or is she more like native like, or is she
No,
more
so
like?
I'm gonna get to that. So what I'm basically saying is that I'm her if she was a man, basically.
Oh, so
Basically,
basically you're more masculine.
facial wise, yeah. If she was a man, she would look like me. You feel
Mm-hmm.
me?
Without the beard.
Yeah, yeah, the beard and all that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna get to you on that. So, my mom took an ancestry test, and roughly about 56% of her heritage is from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly in the Ghana and
Okay.
Nigeria region.
Well, that's cool.
That makes sense because when the slave trade was started, that's where most of the slaves will be deported from. They'll be deported around the border countries.
The Caribbean and stuff like that.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
And
it,
it,
a lot of the diaspora was actually sent to Brazil. Believe it or not, like most of everybody that was ever sent out was mostly landed in Brazil, than anywhere
exactly.
else.
That's why there's so many black people there. But yeah, so my mom and then it's about 30% European.
Okay.
And then like a super small percentage of like Asian and indigenous tribes.
Oh, okay.
So but here's the short version. My
Mm-hmm.
mom's black, my dad's from Puerto Rico.
Oh, okay.
There you go. And that's how it got me. So it's funny you say that because I have a bit of an identity crisis in terms of my Hispanic heritage because
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
grow up around it.
Okay.
Uh let's just straight up say it. My father wasn't exactly in my life.
That's all right.
I
It
don't hate.
happens.
No, I don't. So no, go ahead. Sorry, it's your
I'm not.
show. I
I'm
didn't
just
mean to
saying it
interrupt what you're
happens and
saying.
everything. A lot of people can actually relate to their fathers not being in the home or whatever. Was it like all throughout your life, or was it just like
No, so it was early in my life he was in, but then when my mom and dad divorced and he moved to and my mom came down south,
Mm-hmm.
uh I really didn't see him that much. Now,
Mm,
if he did come down between that period of time, I never talked to him.
well,
So because like my first time meeting him as an adult
mm-hmm.
was in 2017.
Really, 2017, and you were like, kind of, I was 19, and you're like
I was 20.
27.
I was 21.
You were
I was
21.
21 that summer. Yeah.
Oh, really? And could you explain like how that experience was that for you? 'Cause I know a lot of people really meet their fathers in adulthood too, but how'd that go for you?
So I'll be honest with you. The relationship I have with my father is not good,
That's
and
okay.
that's mainly because of me and him. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
for me, I'm not gonna try to attempt to connect with somebody who visually showing me no interest in connecting with me.
Mm,
And I don't hate the man because I never hated him for not being there. But there are some instances where I wish like my dad was there, like in regards to like my first time shaving,
yeah.
my my first date to prom, my first girlfriend,
Okay.
learning how to ride a bike,
Mm-hmm.
all the typical American passages to manhood or
Yeah.
whatever.
But not even just because it's typical, but just because it's essential to like one's development. But it's not like so essential that you can't function though. Like for you
Right,
to even
exactly.
be able to learn
So
that on your own, that's still very that's very tough on your end. Like that's good.
you know, it is, and a woman can't teach a man how to be a man. Because here's the thing, and that's one thing I have gripe with in terms of the whole toxic masculinity sort of thing. Because I'm like, you got a bunch of because it's a concept invented by a bunch of people that ain't men trying to tell men how to be men,
Yeah.
and that makes no sense to me. How the hell
Yeah.
you gonna tell me what a man is when you ain't one?
Yeah, masculine toxicity to me is like a myth, to be honest. It's really just narcissism all on the board. Anybody who's just childish and doesn't know how to like grow up past that to
Yeah,
learn empathy for others, that's toxicity. And that's what it is. Like it just
yeah,
manifests in different forms. There's feminine women that can be very toxic in their end too. But nobody wants to speak on that also. But we
bro,
don't call it
bro,
feminine
bro,
toxicity.
and that's the bottom line, bro. Here's the thing, man. If you have toxic masculinity, automatically there has to be toxic femininity,
Mm-hmm.
because if we're trying to pitch this whole men and women are equal thing, which I'm absolutely for,
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think we're capable of the same things physically.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Everybody's different. Everyone's experience. There's always toxicity in all types of
yeah, there's
women.
toxic femininity. Here's an example of toxic femininity.
Gossiping.
Letting men spend money on you, knowing that they're sexually or romantic interested in you, and you know that they are,
And
but
then
you
you're
know
just
you're
trying to
like,
exploit them.
yeah, you're just trying to exploit them.
Yeah,
Maybe
that could be considered toxic to a very high degree and whatnot. But at the same token, to be fair, no woman is obligated to compensate anybody for what
exactly,
time they put into her,
exactly.
and that's true stuff. But it's like that's kind of on the dude to a certain extent. But
Yeah, because
really,
you're a fucking idiot.
when it's on her is when it's like she's using like manipulation, acting like she's interested when she's not. You know,
Right, exactly.
because
So
it's like that's being childish.
yeah, it's
That's what
childish.
toxicity is, being childish.
Very, very childish. But yeah, so in terms of that, I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Women having standards is actually a good thing. Call
Yeah, of
me crazy.
course. Anybody
Call me
having
crazy.
standards.
Women having standards is a good thing because you do not want to submit to a sucker. All right,
Of course.
you don't want to submit to a sucker because that could be dangerous. All right, so having standards is normal. All right,
Of course.
is when you don't meet the standard of the person that you want to where it's abnormal.
I mean,
Like
but
you
you don't
like
want to
for
meet the
example,
standards of the
like
person
for
that
example,
you
you want a nigga that's 6'2" muscular, but you're fat.
I mean, there could be someone 6'2" muscular that likes a heavy set woman. Everybody's preference different, dude.
Bro, be honest with me though.
Hmm.
Be honest with me though.
Hmm.
Are most dudes that are in the GQ magazine going for fat chicks?
We don't know. I haven't really checked each one because who you like in person and in public won't really reflect who you like behind closed doors.
It's bro, it's not happening to where you think it is. But anyway,
But they exist.
they do exist. They do exist. But let's be honest, it's a statistic anomaly. All right.
Hmm.
Most dudes that are in shape trying to get with ladies that are in shape. All right. You know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying?
maybe. Or does it have to be in shape? It could be someone just average. Like maybe they got a little pudge in the middle. But a lot of
But
people get in shape mostly just to protect themselves too, because there might be some dude out there that might want to start some shit with you and whatnot, and like you might
you could
not be
also
like
get a
the best
gun too,
fighter.
bro.
Yeah, what's up?
You could also get a gun
I mean, yeah,
too.
getting a gun also, but it's just like there's too much of that now. Like I feel there's gonna be a point where they're gonna start taking or confiscating guns going future because like especially with all the school shootings and everything going forward, I
Mhm.
can't really speak on it, but considering like it always starts with that, we're about to go into a whole nother chapter with the school shootings, public shooting. There might start confiscating other people's guns, and then it's gonna push into an area where people are so
I'll say
attached.
this. I'll say
Yeah, of
this. I'm a firm believer in the Second Amendment. Okay, I shoot.
course.
I use guns. I've shot guns in the gun range, and
Yeah.
I love shooting guns. All
Yeah,
right,
give it to the right people. But
give
then
it
when
to
it
the
gets in
right
the
people.
hand
That's what I was
of
gonna say.
some bored
Now,
people,
do I
yeah.
think no? Now, do I think banning certain weapons is going to solve the problem? No, because all you're gonna do is open up an avenue for a black market so somebody can get it anyway, right?
Yeah, yeah, no,
What I do,
definitely. It's always
what I think
pros
you
and
should
cons to a
do
lot of that stuff, man. That's the
What I
scary
think
part about it, because like, what if somebody really, really pushes it to the side where they're gonna start confiscating people's guns and taking everybody's weapon? Then it becomes on the black market, or maybe they open like a holiday. I know in Chicago are trying to do something in regards to the purge situation. You
I'm
know,
gonna tell
it's
you
all
this.
baby steps. It's all baby steps to a future that I don't know if I feel comfortable with.
I think here's an easy resolution.
Yeah.
The moment you turn 21, you have to get a gun. There you go. So I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes.
Because if everybody's got a gun,
Mm-hmm.
so some maniac pulls in the store, starts shooting on people, right?
Mm-hmm.
If everybody's got a gun, all they got to do is pull their guns out before some of them gonna get hit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if somebody pulls their gun out, starts shooting them,
Mm-hmm.
boom, problem solved. Problem solved. If everybody got a gun, nobody's gonna try to do crazy stuff to them, because there's a likelihood you could get hurt too.
Yeah, sure. I know. I think in Texas they might have something similar to that to a certain degree, like where it's just like, do they have a whole lot of shootings in Texas? They don't have too many shootings in Texas, do they?
So I only know of two. Two.
Mm,
Well, there was one that happened this year where with the crazy the, the crazy dude with all the cops and all that try to
mm,
get it. Oh, it was
mm,
Uvalde, Texas. Yeah,
mhm,
I think that's where it happened. And then there
mm.
was another one at this church, which thank God for the good for the good folks.
Is it the dude with
Uh,
the bowl cut you're talking about?
no. This is another dude. This dude pulled up to a church, started shooting, but the guys in the church had guns too, so they shot him.
Oh, no, it's
You know
not.
what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. That I think will solve a lot of problems. But
Yeah, dang. We might have to carry that for the next conversation, because we could be here all day. But I know you spoke about toxicity in regards, because I don't want to like transition from that conversation too much. But it's like on your tone, it's like, yeah, I can understand like how like a lot of females think that they're worthy of certain standards and everything. Well, yeah, I mean, women are naturally hypergamous, so they're going to go for like the best,
of course, they
regardless.
should be.
But it's like, regardless, saying that, not saying that they're worthy, not saying that we're all types of gods or whatever, but it's like you shouldn't really hold it against some dude if he's
I'm
not.
not about to start calling you queen and goddess. That's just not gonna happen, bro.
I mean, if she's worthy of being called a queen or a goddess, I mean, it's about it just giving power to people.
Nah.
I mean, because there's some people that are just, that, yeah, it was good, G, but they're not like a literal gangster where it's like, oh, it was good, king, or it was good,
Oh
chief. I
yeah,
use
yeah,
sheep a
yeah.
lot.
I see what you're saying. I
Yeah,
see what you're saying. But yeah,
yeah.
I'm not about to
It's
do
just
all that,
positivity.
man.
Just put
I ain't no
positivity out
damn
there.
hotel. But yeah, so I see that I see the thing on the thing it popped up here. So I'm gonna try to summarize the best way I can. So yes, uh people having standards is normal,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody but that just because you have a certain standard does not mean that you meet the damn standard yourself. You're
Yeah, no, I feel you. I feel you on that, or feel that you're entitled to, like, all that. There's a sense of entitlement that's there too, to a certain degree.
mm-hmm.
But they don't have a sense of self-reflection. But it's just, it is what it is. Like, that's just an aspect of society. Not saying that we have to accept, but we definitely could improve upon a little bit better. And it's just like, that's why I want to be able to get into the gym and work out as best as I can, not because like for like the social dynamics, but really just to
Mm-hmm.
become the best version of myself, to challenge the best version of myself. Because once you challenge yourself, like to be the best version of yourself, you'll be brought around people that are worthy of being around the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of my issues, like even stemming like out of high school, then transition to trying to get into college and so on and so forth. A lot of that is because I had to deal with a lot of low vibrational people, low frequency
Mm.
people. And a lot of those people don't have a tendency to work out. Even if they do have the tendency to work out, they don't really think a whole lot of things through and whatnot. So it's just like, on my sense, it's just like I kind of have mind, spirit, on that end. It's all about just building up that body to kind of like have everything else going more frequently, like mental, psychological, spiritual, and everything all as a whole. So it's just about becoming more of a complete version of myself to that degree. And if somebody, it might be something different, but it's just like, oh, I want to protect myself, or I want to talk mess without no one like messing with me. You know, it's just like some people might have their reasons, but it's just like I feel like, it's up to a man to just be the best version of himself. So it's like, instead of like worrying about like other females, so like in regards to just like, oh, like they feel entitled or whatever, just ignore them. That's just like I feel like that's the worst
Exactly.
thing you can do
Exactly.
to a
That's the
female.
one thing I don't like about quote unquote red pill culture.
Mm.
They talk about all this, oh, the modern women, this modern women, that yada 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 yada. You're complaining about the damn problem, but you're not adapting to it, bro.
Yeah.
Why? Why? That's the thing. I don't complain about shit that I can't solve. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's just me. But yeah, so you mentioned something about me being the bodybuilder thing, and you went on the tangent about fitness. I'm gonna tell you this, okay?
Yeah, we can speak about all that in the next one because we're only got 4 minutes. So you want to just end this early? We can hop on so you don't cut off early because I know it's like we might.
No, no, no. So okay.
Yeah,
So
we'll
then,
just do that just so you don't cut off. Cause I don't want to. Cause I know you want to go way, way deep on it because you're more experienced with that stuff.
right,
So
right.
I'm gonna cut this one a little bit early, and then we can just hop on to the next one. Just give me a moment, all right?
Okay, sounds good, bro.
All right. See you in the next one, part
See
two.
you in the
Let's
next one.
go. Episode
Part two.
110. All right, for this half of the Mental Threads podcast, we'll be speaking more about the more fitness end of the interview process. So yeah, Brandon, if we want to go into detail, what really led you into wanting to go into fitness as a whole?
As a whole,
Yeah,
this might sound a bit selfish, but I was trying to get bitches.
that's about it.
Well, at first, and sorry, I don't mean to say that. Let me not say that. I was trying to get ladies. Okay,
You're trying to get
I'm trying to
clean.
stop saying. I'm trying to stop saying that. You feel what I'm saying? I've been saying that since I was a teenager, saying that, but you feel me? And
I
obviously, that's gonna
mean,
ruffle a love of feathers. So I'm gonna
I
say
mean,
women.
it
Okay,
works. You're trying to get some women. Ain't no problem. You just want to make yourself
I
more.
was trying to get women. Right, that was the first initial reason, and then I just fell in love with it, man. And now I don't even care about women now.
But
I
that's the
will say
best way to
this
do
though.
it.
Yeah, I will say this though. I have gotten uh being muscular doesn't exactly hurt. You feel what I'm saying? But there's a lot of but muscles alone ain't gonna get you women's. Okay.
Yeah, you
So
gotta
I'm going
be
to say this.
clever. You gotta
That
just
was
be
the
able to
objective.
work on yourself.
Yeah, yeah. You fall in love with just working on yourself, man. And then you just build up this discipline that's just amazing. All right.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
that's more
seriously.
or less what got me into fitness. I wanted to get more women and I ended up, falling in love with the process.
Okay,
And you
that's
can't keep
wonderful.
me out the gym.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's good. You go to Planet Fitness or Fitness Connection? Where do you usually go?
Fitness Connection. I have the thing where you could go anywhere.
Oh,
I pay $10 a month and then the annual fee of $40. So
yeah, that seems like the same thing with me and Planet Fitness.
yeah, I don't know. I can't grow Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, you can't grunt, you can't use chalk, you can't lift any heavy weights there. Ugh.
Okay, so you're saying
That's the
Fitness
place I
Connection might
stay
be
away
better?
from.
You saying Fitness Connection might be a little bit better then on that end? Because they got chalk. And what else they got at Fitness Connection that they don't have at Planet Fitness?
For one, squad racks. And
Uh,
not just a fucking Smith machine, right?
okay, I see what you're at. I
But
see what
but
you're
I
at.
will say this: Fitness Connection doesn't have as many intricate machines as Planet Fitness does because the whole concept of Planet Fitness was to keep the meathead out of the gym. You feel what I'm
Oh,
saying? So for me, I'm a meathead. I I'm the same guy that's lifting heavy as hell and got chalk all over my hands, shirt off, that sort of thing.
well, okay, nothing wrong with it. Whatever works with you and everything. I know for my sense, it's really just like I haven't worked out all last month mostly, and I feel like that's on me because I was trying to work so diligently to find a job, so I had to put a whole lot of things off, a whole lot of stuff. So it's just I feel like I'm gonna be more diligently in the gym. I think next week, since I already pretty much started this job with Novon on Monday. I'm still trying to get my schedule though, so I need to get in contact with my manager as soon as I can. But it's like, yeah, like I want to be able to get fit. I'm pretty slender right now. But it's like if I can get like larger arms, maybe a more defined pectoral, maybe be able to show just upper body strength as a whole, that'd be nice. And just just cut down on the general body fat all together. Although I am pretty slim, I would prefer to like that's all my goals on my end. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. Now I don't know. So that's the thing. I'm in fitness, but I can only give general tips because most, if not everything, um, that I do works for me exclusively. But it doesn't mean, and some of the stuff, the advice I could pass on can work for other people, but it's like you shouldn't follow exact routines myself because you may not get the results that you're looking for. For your thing, you were specifying specific body parts. Well, for one, to get your upper chest more cut, unfortunately, you cannot spot reduce fat. What does that mean? That means
Yeah, you can't spot fat, cut
no,
fat
no.
on
That
certain
means you
areas.
can't. You can't. When you lose fat, you can't. You don't have any choice in which areas it comes off first or last. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, I see.
So, and it's crazy for some people. They lose fat a lot faster in some areas. Like for me, when I'm 191 pounds, right? If I was to start cutting weight and losing fat, it would definitely my face would probably be the most thing that changes.
Okay, I see.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like where I lose fat, like the slowest is definitely my legs. Definitely like my legs for sure. I feel like that's where
Same here.
yeah, like, I don't know why. What's the deal with that? I'd be running all the time. I run more than I lift, and I feel like it's just my arms be like getting skinnier than my legs, which is crazy. Like I mean, looking like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it is what it is. Like it's just so that's why I'm so hesitant trying to build more muscle and everything and more strength because I feel like maybe it would just balance things out.
All right, that's what I'm saying. And that's what you need to do. And the thing is about it is this, like you if you work some parts are going to build faster than others. For
Hmm.
me, my upper body builds faster than my lower body. So what does that mean? That means I have to put more emphasis on the lower body so that way I can, you know, so it can be more balanced. Like for example,
Hmm.
my chest is 44 and 3/4 of an inch,
Mm,
but my legs are 26 inches,
mm,
right? Around. But the way the muscle inserts onto my body, it makes my legs look small. So in
mm.
order for me to be more balanced, I have to work the legs more often.
Yeah, man. I know it could be crazy. I think I'm about to switch up my workout plan. 'Cause I think about just doing like one area per day. Like one day I can focus on my upper body, then one day I can focus on my core, then one day I can focus on my legs. I think I'm just gonna do full body and then put a extra emphasis on one area of the body, just so I can be able to get a full workout. And I think that's just where I'm gonna be at for the next coming days.
All right. All right. So in regards to fitness, I'll say this. I'm not really like a bodybuilder per se, more of a power lifter. I know there's a difference. Yeah, I know that might sound different to someone who doesn't know anything about each. Okay, so bodybuilding is basically lifting weights or exercising to get your body to look a certain way.
Mm,
Powerlifting is basically training your body to lift the most amount of weight.
mm,
You feel what I'm saying? So with me, I lift. What I do is I practice squat, bench, and deadlift. And my objective is to try to lift the most amount of weight I can physically
mm-hmm,
with those three. And
mm-hmm,
from that, my muscularity developed because of that. Like
mm,
like I wanted to be like a bodybuilder and
mm.
stuff, but like I fell more in love with like strength training. So now I'm just a guy that lifts heavy weight and then got buff from lifting heavy weight. That's more or less what I am.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, no, definitely. Like that's actually as long as you know like what works for you. For me, like I'm still at the stage where I'm still trying to pretty much figure out what works for me. I just have like a routine where it's like I wake up and I just try to do hit like about 200 push-ups in the morning, and then I go out for a jog, a run about like over 2 miles and everything, a run back. And then like I'm trying to see if I can add more of like curl ups and stuff. If I could be able to get that all squeezed in within the morning, if I can be able to keep consistent with it for another 21 days, like that would be good. So it's like, it's all a process.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey man, when it come to fitness, though, I'm gonna tell you this: you're not gonna see. This is another thing. You're not gonna see immediate results until you get to about year 2 or 3. You feel
Okay.
what I'm saying? So when I first started lifting weights, obviously the change was gradual. I could
Mm,
see that I looked different from 3 months ago than I was 1 month ago. You feel what I'm
mm,
saying? And and from there, it's kind of like you keep lifting and lifting and lifting and lifting,
mm,
and then if you pay attention,
mm-hmm.
your body changes right before your very eyes. Like with me, I posted my transformation on Instagram, my Instagram story. You've probably seen it. A lot of folks have seen it,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, it's a good transformation
Mm,
because I used to be super skinny,
mm-hmm.
and then I got buff. So yeah,
That's good. That's good actually, but it took like about a couple years to actually see the
it took
actual
me
change.
years to get to where I was at. Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's cool. I feels like it's almost the same way with me. Like I used to be a really, really hefty dude, and then like I'm really, really skinny right now. And I was really, really skinny. I'm trying to put on a little bit of pounds right now, but it's just like I want to be able to just be, in such a way, whether if it takes me, hopefully at least before summer, if like I ain't gotta be like muscular, but just just good, where it's like where it's like I could be able to just, it's not hard for me to cut down fat, but it's like if I can at least like build, like change, switch up all that fat into like just straight muscle and everything, I'd be willing to change up my diet for it also for sure. Like I know it's like, usually when I want to cut weight, I also seek for things like a quinoa, freaking, chickpeas and lentils and everything. So it's like either I go to Yafo Kitchen or just Wayfair, and that's just eat whatever they got there, and I just drink a lot of water, and that's what helped me cut a whole lot of pounds in that regard. But now I really want to focus on like building like actual like muscle. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
no, for sure. And what you got to do with that, and this is what I use and say for losing weight, and then I'll go on my tangent about gaining weight. So here's how you lose weight. Anybody can do this. All right. First thing you're gonna need is a food scale and a Tupperware container, and then
mm,
you want to download MyFitnessPal. And here's what you're gonna do. You're
mm,
gonna weigh yourself at the beginning of the week on Sunday in the morning after you took a shit. Okay.
okay,
You see,
personal, but okay,
you look at your weight. The reason why you have to take a shit is because that poop in your body's holding extra weight,
okay,
right? All right.
okay.
So now you're going to document everything you eat for an entire week.
Mm,
And then at the end of the week, you're gonna look at the thing. You're gonna look at your weight. Did your weight go up or down? If your
mm,
weight stays the same, that is your maintenance calories. If your weight went up, that is your that is your surplus calories.
mm,
If your weight went down, that is your reduction calories. So here's the thing: fat loss, fat loss is complicated, but it's not as difficult as it is. Here's what you do: figure out what your maintenance, how much you need to maintain your current body weight. Subtracted by 500, you'll lose a pound a week, guaranteed.
oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. I can dig it. I can dig it. Yeah, a pound a week. So I'm trying to get right before April, before spring break for sure. Like I feel like it could be possible and everything. Like I really, when I say my weight fluctuates like mad crazy, once I'm really like consistent with something, like it's like losing weight ain't a problem. It's really just I want to be able to convert all that weight to just straight muscle and everything, muscle mass, to where it's just like, where it's like actual, well, you can actually like see it and stuff of that nature. And I feel like I can keep it up. Do you still incorporate cheat days and everything to your situation,
Oh
or
yeah,
are
today
you?
I'm having a cheat day. Like today, I had McDonald's and Chick-fil-A. Okay,
Nice, nice.
so and then I'm gonna have like now because I'm on the off season and I'm not trying to cut weight. I'm not super strict with my diet. Like I can still eat for breakfast 3 eggs, cream of wheat,
Mm,
blueberries, and
cream
then
weight's good.
some fruits, and then for dinner have Chick-fil-A, and then like for lunch have have some chicken, rice, and collard greens. I mean, it just depends on the situation. Like in my case, I'm trying to put more weight on. So a cheat meal every now and then is not going to hurt me. It's actually going to help me get towards the goal. Now, what you want to do is want to keep the fat gain to a minimum. Now, I'll be honest.
Mm.
When you are in a caloric surplus, no matter how hard you're working out, you're going to put some fat on you. But
Mm.
the objective is to minimize how much you put on there because you can create fat cells, but you can't get rid of them. And when you
Mm.
start getting, and then when you bulk up again or eat more food and you gain more body weight, you're recreating more fat cells. The only way you're
Mm.
gonna get the only way you're gonna get rid of fat cells is if you get surgery. So
Really? Okay, so they still stay the same and you never lose them?
yeah, your fat cells will shrink, but then you're not gonna, but they won't go away.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. I'm still trying to figure out. So cause I've been thinking like fat cells are like energy and everything, and they just kind of burn off after a while. When people say use burn off, so they just shrink the whole time. They never burn off.
They shrink. They never burn off. No, yeah. So here's the thing. There's visceral fat and there's subcutaneous fat. Visceral fat is the fat around your organs. That's what keeps them separated. Once
Mm.
you start to lose that, you gotta have a problem. You're gonna have a problem.
Mm.
Generally speaking, when it comes to the body, you have to find that balance. Like too much body fat is not good for you and you can die, but too little is gonna kill you too. Like
Mm.
if you're getting towards the 3 to 2% area where there's no fat on your body, but between the fat in your organs, you have a lot to worry about. And also
Mm.
your dick don't work either. So you
Mm.
don't want to do that. But yeah, and also you don't want to get too fat
Mm.
because being too fat, it might not kill you now, but it's going to have a dramatic effect on you later. So
Yeah,
you
like a
just have
whole
to,
lot of health problems down the line.
yeah, exactly. You can
Mm.
hell, man. Being too muscular is not good for you either. Like these,
Really?
yeah, like these dudes in these bodybuilding shows, right?
Mm-hmm.
These guys aren't natural. You feel what I'm
Mm.
saying? They're
Okay.
they're they're taking all kinds of drugs and shit to
Mm.
make themselves look like this. Being 300 pounds of muscle is not good for you
Mm.
unless you're like 7'1" or something.
Mm.
Then that'd be more natural. But like if you're like my height and 300 pounds of muscle, that's just as
Mm.
bad as being 300 pounds fat.
Mm.
So you have to think about that too. Don't be
Mm.
too lean, don't be too fat. Find the middle ground. What works for you.
I see. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Dang, man. I mean, well, yeah, obviously to that degree, like, yeah, we know that, having too much muscle, like if it's like a bunch of that steroid type stuff really isn't good for your body and everything. But like, naturally just to build muscle and build all muscle every day, that shouldn't be like a problem, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. So first of all, if you're not here's my opinion. If you're not competing to be like a big time bodybuilder, I don't think you should take steroids.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be honest.
Or a
Uh,
professional wrestler.
yeah, or be a WWE wrestler. Yeah, stay away from steroids, man.
Yeah, man. No, for instance, no, for real. Yeah, man. It's just, I mean, in regard to this world, it's just like fitness is so crazy now because it's just like you be seeing situations where people get surgery and they be acting like like they've earned it. Like you know what I'm talking about, like the female
Oh
body.
God,
Yeah.
don't even get me started on that shit. The chicks, the chicks and dudes or whatever. They say, "Hey man, I work hard for this," but this nigga went to fucking Dr. Miami, got lipo, and now his abs are showing. Fuck me. And then the girls that got the BBLs and then starting the fitness program. Hey, I got my BBL by doing this. No, you didn't. You went to the fucking doc. You went to Dr. Miami, paid him 20 grand when you could have paid 20 grand to a fitness trainer and got an ass. All right. I don't like you work hard for your money to get the BBL, but you could have used that for a personal trainer, which would have saved money better. Why
Mm.
go to the damn doctor and get unless you got an ass like SpongeBob or Hank Hill, like you could pretty much work for it.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. It's just, I mean, they wouldn't really say I got this BBL because the BBL is the surgery. I got this surgery from working out, but not. But yeah, man, they could also be trying to make money and sell products off situations like that, and it's just like, like it's not authentic. You know what I'm
That's what I was
saying?
gonna
Like, if you
say.
want to
That's
get a
like it's
BBL,
still
that's
not
fine. Like,
authentic though. How are you gonna tell me that you got this body using this particular fitness program, but in reality you just went and got surgery? You feel what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that. I don't. That's another thing that pisses me off in the fitness industry. Scammers. I
mm,
hate scammers. I hate niggas that try to sell you some cookie cutter bullshit that doesn't work. You feel what I'm saying? Like
mm,
there's dude. Like I legit love it. I legit love this shit. You feel what I'm saying?
mm,
I don't. I don't want somebody to just buy my fitness program or whatever. I don't sell any, by the way. Don't get it twisted. All right. All right. I'm just saying for an example, I don't want anybody to buy my fitness program and not get any results from it or try to lie and say that they did. You feel what I'm saying? I don't fuck with that because that's not authentic to me. You feel what I'm saying? There's this dude, I'm gonna give him a shout out because he's my boy, right? His name is Dre Booker, right?
mm.
He's
Do
an
I know him?
IG. So what?
Dre Booker, do I know him from NCCU or?
No. He's not. He didn't go to Central.
Oh,
He's from Louisiana.
oh,
So
okay.
long story short, let me give him a shout out. All right, he works extremely fucking hard.
For his
He
body.
looks great. His genetics are like top tier. That's how he can look like that. You know what I'm saying? Look how he is and be natty. You feel what I'm saying? There's guys that are on drugs that look worse. But this
Mm,
guy is natural and he looks amazing on bodybuilding
mm,
stages. This guy works extremely hard. That's what I'm saying. And he don't sell you some cookie cutter bullshit. He says do compound movements because that matters. Not some fucking hip hopping and jumping. No, lift real weight. He actually knows what he's talking about. And that's why guys like him I respect because he ain't trying to sell you some bullshit that is just to make a quick dollar. All right. He's really passionate about working with people. All right. Shout out to him. Sorry about that.
Yeah, man. No, seriously, definitely want to shout people out like that. It's just like that work hard for what they get. I had somebody on the podcast a while ago called Kobe Rise and Rise. We want to check out that episode too. We go into a discussion about a whole lot of matters. I feel like you would
For
like that
sure.
episode because he actually is a personal trainer and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like I met him in this 24 plus group chat and everything. And I'm gonna definitely hit him up. I assume like I
Are
guess
you in DC or Charlotte now?
I'm in Charlotte. I know I've been saying I've been wanting to go to DC for a while, but I'm gonna have to hold off on that till I want to say the second half of next year, maybe around the fall time. Because I gotta apply for Howard University again. I wasn't able to do so at the beginning of the year, but now it's like I got like 2 jobs now, so I'll be able to cover a lot of that
All right, all
college.
right.
Yeah. I got a part
That's
time.
good, man.
I left my part time job at Capital Vacations and whatnot. I'm gonna soon start making a little bit more bread on that. Once you put people selling people a vacation and everything, like it's a really good process too. Like, see, like you imagine it's like it's like a timeshare type of thing, but it's just like the timeshare don't really matter. You can go to go to a vacation wherever you want to. Hotel bought for like 4 days and 3 nights, and all you gotta do is put down about $150 at the least, maybe $250 at the most, depending on what activities you want to do. And literally, like sitting to that timeshare, you will be able to get 7 extra nights at another vacation spot of your choosing or a cruise, and it would all just be like the same price, and it's all for free. Like it's really good stuff and everything. So it's like you can really make a whole lot of bread off that. But it's like lately I haven't been trying to push that on. I was just more like just wanting people to spin the wheel and everything. So it's like it's a really good part time job. They've been really hooking me up with a little bit of some opportunities here and there. So that's what I'd be doing part time. And then now I'm about to start working in the hospital as a care associate. Just for right now, so they can be able to bump me up to marketing coordinator down the line. So it's just
No,
like
for sure, for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
it's like because that was the original job I applied for, but they're just gonna let me settle in there over there until they bump me up later. So it's all just a process. I'm feeling pretty optimistic about everything. I feel like a lot of things are gonna start changing for me like in 2023 though. So it's like,
Me too. Me too. I actually just started a new job last week. I was working for the law offices of James Scott Farron, and
oh,
now
that's
I've
cool.
gone a lot more corporate. Now my job, they're paying me $61,000 a year. So
That's good. That's
yeah,
real
yeah,
good.
it's very good, and
That's
I
a
don't
good
have to work a
salary.
second job. So
That's
yeah,
cool. That's really good. At least you get. I was working for this home care agency as their marketing executive for, so it was good pay. It was like a 50. It was like 18 an hour and everything. No,
that's
seriously, it was
good.
really good stuff. But it's like, I had to leave that job because like literally like they wanted me to like literally wear a suit and tie every day, which I was fine. Literally, and then they switched up like 4 weeks later, talking about something they want me to wear like a tight khaki pants and a tight collar shirt. And I'm like,
Tight khaki pants and tag collar shirt. You sure
no,
they wouldn't have
seriously.
you
She
tripping?
literally took me to Goodwill and started shopping for me to wear that. And
Hold
it's
up! Whoa,
like,
whoa, 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 whoa! Wait a minute! You sure your boss wasn't trying to groom you?
I don't know what she was trying to do. Like, what was the
That's
point of
how.
it?
Hold up! Hold up! Hold up! Hold up! Hold up! If a shawty taking you shopping or whatever, right, and
She's
telling
my
you to wear
boss.
tight clothes, obviously she trying to see what good with something.
Yeah,
What
but
the
that's
fuck?
still messed up though. Like, it's like
It
I
is
didn't
still
feel
messed up.
comfortable with
It's
her.
still quid pro quo type shit, right?
Yeah.
That's another thing. I don't. Here's another thing for me. Number one, I got a few rules when it comes to women. All right, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and tell you this. Here's my rule. Number one, no taking women. That means no married women or women with boyfriends. All right.
Of
Now I'll say
course.
this. I'll admit I'm not going to disclose who it is or whatever, but I'll go ahead and admit this. I've had sex with women with boyfriends, but then I found out about it and cut them off. You ain't gonna
Yeah,
put
that's
that.
messed up.
You ain't gonna be putting me through that karma. Shit.
No.
So that no women at work. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because if it doesn't go well and she decides, I'm gonna make you lose your job, they're more likely gonna believe her side of the story versus mine. So
Yeah.
it's better off just not to do it at all. And number three, no women at the gym. That's it.
Oh,
Those
really?
my three.
No, there's a bunch of fine women at the gym though.
True, true. But if the relationship don't go where, I gotta see your ass again.
I mean, there's other fitness connections.
Yeah, so you can make fitness connections, pun
Yeah,
intended.
no, seriously, man. It's just I don't know, like it just depends. But I feel like that's a good place is like when they're working out because like literally females that work out have like more discipline and work ethic. So it's like
True, that is true.
so it's
But
like that's not something you want to pass up.
I don't really wanna do that per se. I'll be friendly with women in the gym, but that doesn't mean I'm gonna date them. Like that's just not my style. I don't go to the gym to try to hit on women.
Yeah, no, you're
I'm in the
focused.
gym.
You're
Yeah,
focused. You're
I'm in
not
the
really
gym,
focused on
get
social
my
and everything.
workout in.
But
And
I'm just saying, like,
I'll be honest, when it comes to the gym, I barely talk to any women. Like I only talk to my dudes. I see my usual dudes at the gym. I dap them up or whatever,
mhm.
just yada yada yada. But if I see like a chick or whatever, I might ask her a question on how like she does this or that. If she doesn't exercise I've never seen before, so I could possibly incorporate it in my routine. Other than that,
You can see the point.
I don't really try to. I don't go to the gym to hit on chicks. That's just me.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you're going just to work out, but it's like you just bump into somebody, you have a good conversation. That's just the thing about life that's wonderful. You can literally meet anybody anywhere and everything, and that could be somebody that is just like that might be a long term friend, or like just somebody that may be a good chapter in your book in your past. It's just like that's just the beauty of life and everything. But that's just like that was a sad thing about that job too, because like a black owned marketing agency, like no, a black owned like home care agency. I really wanted to really help elevate and organize their station to really help them really branch out. Like that's what I want to do. But it's like, that might have to be my third job right now because there's this one place called Abundant Love Care that I want to be able to move on to. But it's just like, it's like they haven't been hitting me back lately, but it's just like, I if I can really get in touch with them on Monday to see like where she's standing on it and whatnot to see maybe if I can get like a part-time type situation and kind of see if we can ease me into it, see what's up, and then take it from there. And then I can just have kind of like three jobs, like I'm really trying to save a lot of money moving forward before I leave for DC.
Yeah,
That's just
absolutely,
it's just where
absolutely.
it's good. Like
So
for me, I'm very goal oriented. So it's just like once I got my mindset on something, like that's just where my head credit. So it's just like, but that's good on the whole law office's job that you got and everything. So like, what, you like an intern for that job or like
No, I
what?
was a legal assistant. I don't work there anymore, bro. I quit.
Oh,
I got a better job. So I got a better paying job. Like the current one I'm in now is paying me 20K more than they were. So
okay.
it's like, bro, I would be a fool to stay.
Oh, okay. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if you feel there's more growth and everything, go for it and everything. Like one of the best things, although it's like my pay kind of dropped $3 an hour at Novant as a care associate, and I feel like there's more responsibilities that are just kind of like outside of my out of my because I'm a marketing person, not a health person. So it's like, but at the same token, it's like I'm still in that system of Presbyterian hospitals in Charlotte, which is big. So it's like, like if I want to be able to get a job in DC, I could be able to jump over there and I could already have a job set up. It's all about getting in the system, and just kind of growing in there. So it's just I can understand where you are in that. But in regards to like building foods to eat for building muscle, like types of protein, I know peanut butter and oatmeal is like that's one of the what are some good things to eat if you want to build your protein up and build muscle mass?
Okay, so that all doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you why it doesn't matter, because it's calories in, calories out. If you're eating more calories than you're burning, you're gonna gain weight. But if your objective is to try to build muscle, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it matters what kind of protein it is. It matters how much of it you get, right? For example, a general good synopsis for when you're bulking, 0.8 to 1 gram protein per pound of body weight. So
Oh,
I'm
okay.
191 pounds, right? That
Oh,
means
okay.
I should probably eat roughly around 170 to about 200 grams, about 220 grams of protein, generally speaking. Do I have to eat that much though? No, not really. But you do need protein to build muscle, all right? So typically speaking, how much of the protein do you digest and how much of the protein is in the food, right? If you're trying to go, if you're trying to go high protein, low in calories, fish.
Oh, really? Okay.
So
So
yeah,
fish.
fish is good. If you're trying to be high in calories and high in protein, steak.
Oh,
Steak. My favorite cuts are either the ribeye or the New York strip.
okay.
A New York strip, like a pound of it, well, like 8 ounces of it,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be about 60 to 65 grams of protein.
Okay, I see. I see what you're saying.
And then, I mean, if you want to, but I know some people can't afford steak and all that. Chicken is very budget friendly. I got a pack of drumsticks for like $6, and that's going to
Okay.
feed me for 6 days. That's my lunch for 6 days, right? So, I mean, generally speaking, you want to find the best meat that meets your goal. Your goal is to cut weight. You probably might want to eat more fish because it's lower in calories, higher in protein. If you want to gain weight, you probably might want to start incorporating beef, ground turkey, beef, chicken, turkey. Food. Turkey's good if you want to keep the fats low
Oh
and
yeah.
protein up. So yeah,
I'd especially go back to eating turkey burgers for sure.
Yeah, turkey burgers are great.
Oh, okay, wonderful. What if you want to keep plant based and everything? Because I know it's just like almond milk is pretty good. Maybe oatmeal. What
If you're
about
trying to get protein and you're plant based,
mm,
chickpeas,
oh yeah, chickpeas.
beans,
Yeah,
yeah, chickpeas, beans,
lentils, and
lentils,
quinoa. What
and
about quinoa?
quinoa. What about what?
Quinoa. Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah,
looking
quinoa is good too. It's slow digesting and gives you energy in a slow period of time versus just super fast. So,
for.
I mean, quinoa is good. Uh, but yeah, if you're trying to be high, keep the proteins high, beans, lentils, chickpeas.
Mm,
Absolutely.
wow, that's cool because that's all I was eating was lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa. Like when I was on my Daniel fast, early last year and everything because I lost a lot of weight from doing that over and over again.
How much do you weigh now, bro?
About a good 240, sadly. But back then, I used to weigh about I think I dropped by about 40 pounds. Like
Okay.
back then, I dropped from 260 or 250 down to about 215, and everything just
How
from that.
tall are you?
I'm about 6'1".
6'1". Okay.
So I'm pretty good on that. So it doesn't look that bad. I'm 240, but I don't look like that way because I be doing hella push-ups. So it's a lot of that's kind of pushed down to muscle because I was very consistent with the push-ups and the me trying to get back to the lifting again. So
All
it's
right.
lean muscle is good and all and everything, but I just want my arms to get a little bit more buff and everything. My forearms, especially forearms, biceps, pectorials. Definitely want to build that up a little bit more. And then when it comes to really turning everything else to really slimming down, it's just that's pretty much just my goals. But I'm pretty much gonna have to set up a goal for me and my personal trainer once I really get that situated. I want to say November. 'Cause I feel like financially I might be in more of a position where I could be able to pay him and everything and do other things like that. So it's
I agree. Yeah.
as-
So the thing about like fat loss.
keep in mind, dude, we got about 4 minutes, so we kind of
Yeah. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna make this quick as possible. So
yeah.
burning muscle, burning fat, building muscle at the same time is pretty difficult to do if you're not a beginner. But if you're a beginner, generally speaking, it'll work for you. So if you're trying to get a muscle bigger muscle, if you're trying to get bigger arms, a good tip: train your triceps more. Triceps take up more of the arm than the bicep. So
Okay.
if you're trying to get your arms bigger, train triceps more. But yeah, so and then if you're trying to get bigger chest, incline bench press because the upper chest takes up more of it than the lower. So, or if you want to have a perfect balance of two, just do regular bench press. Don't forget your compounds. Okay, compounds are very important. All right. But yeah, that's generally a super fast synopsis. Usually, it's very difficult to do if you're not a beginner. If you're a beginner.
Okay, well, at least you'll be able to break that down for me and whatnot. I'll be sure to keep in contact with you once I really start taking this whole exercise thing serious. I want to say around November. I was supposed to take it more serious at the beginning of this year, but there was just so much stuff going on for months. So it's I definitely want to work out throughout the next year and just the rest of this decade for sure. And just want to just keep on building my muscle ups. Whether it's a slow or fast, I just want to build it up the right way. So it's thank you for hopping on the podcast and pretty much breaking down a whole lot of things for me. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it for episode 110 of the Mental Threats Podcast. Do you have any final words to let people know before we bounce off in under 2 minutes?
Hey man, guys. All right, man. So guys, follow me on Instagram e.s.h.a.r.a_ Ishara. That's what it is. It stands for every superhero has a redemption arc. This year has been me redeeming myself because I was in the utmost super low place in life. I'm sure we'll have to talk about that on another episode.
Yeah,
But
maybe for season 3, because this year's been tough for me too, man. No, seriously. So it's maybe 2023, it'll be oh yes,
yeah, yeah. So follow me on Instagram. Shout out to my kinfolk. Shout out to my friends.
Shout out the Mental Achievement Center.
Go. I'm sorry. Yeah, shout out to the Men Achieve Center. That's included in friends, but that's neither here or there. So also go follow me. Go follow my podcast, Buckwild and Friends. That's BUCKWILD. The letter N apostrophe friends. FRIENDS. Follow me up. Follow me on those things. I got some good shit coming. Hell, if I get a chance, we might have the boy come on the podcast for me, and then roles will be flipped for a little. But yeah, stay tuned in for that. This has been a great podcast. He's been a good host, man. I respect it. I appreciate you guys I appreciate you having me on your platform, bro.
All right, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. Brandon Reyes. That's it for 110 of the Mental Threats Podcast. We're sewing in and then we're sewing out.